Today we are going to see about how to create a file system. Okay, so let's start the session. Here I have this Oracle VM virtual box and I have CentOS6 here. So and before that, before starting the VM, so if we go to settings here and click on store in the control, you will find the controller SATA disk here. See, you see this options enabled, right? So this option gets enabled when you power off the virtual machine, but when it is turned on, when the virtual machine is turned on, if you want to see this option enabled after the system boots, then you have to increase the port count here. By default the port count will be 0. So when you increase the port count to 3 or 5 or 10 like that, you can add the number of hard disk online in the sense, like without powering off the VM you can add the disk. So I have given it as 10. As per your requirement you can give 3 or 5. Okay, so I can add 10 disks. Okay, so that is why I have given us 10 here. So just change the setting. If it is 0, just change the setting. And now let's start the virtual machine. Okay, it is booting up. So the CentOS6 virtual machine is booting up. Okay, before that I want to show you one picture here. I have downloaded already. So here if you see, there is a disk called SDA and SDB. Okay, so I created the operating system on this disk SDA. This is the first initial disk which is added to the operating system when it was installed. So now I am going to add a disk SDB. Okay, that is, I am going to add one more disk. So that we call it as SDB, and if we add one more disk, then we call it as SDC. So like that, SD, E, F, like that it will go on adding. Now here this is a LVM concept. Okay, so LVM is logical volume manager. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, first let us add one disk, and then I will go into the logical volume manager concept. Now I have booted the CentOS6, right? So I am selecting CentOS6 through this putty tool. I am remotely accessing the server. Okay, we are logged in. Now okay, here I am going to add a disk now. Okay, go to storage, controller, click add hard disk, create a new hard disk. You can select any one of this, virtual hard disk or VMDK file. Okay. So next I am giving one name here, underscore new, and I am taking hard disk size of 4 GB. Okay, create. So I have added a new hard disk which is of 4 GB of size. Okay, now I am clicking OK. Fine. So let us see here whether the disk is visible or not. So for that you can use this command lsblk. See, there is a 4 GB disk which I have added is showing up here, and no partition is created on this disk. It is a fresh disk. Okay, and SDA we have the OS installed, in which boot, root and swap partition is created on that disk. Okay, so now SDB disk resides in the path /dev/SDB. I am going to create a physical volume now. As per this diagram, if you see, first we need to create a physical volume and then a volume group. Under the volume group we are going to create the logical volume, and then you are going to format this logical volume and mount it on the mount point to access the space size. Okay, so I'm going to do a pvcreate /dev/sdb. See, physical volume is created and the physical volume name is /dev/sdb. Okay, if you give pvs, it will show you the physical name here. This is pv name. This is not assigned to any of the VG. Now we are going to create a VG now. vgcreate. What is the VG name they have mentioned here in the diagram? We will go as per that. There is a VG name called data. vgcreate data /dev/sdb. So this is the PV name. So I'm going to add this 4 GB of size to this volume group data. Volume group data successfully created. So if you give the command vgs, it will show you data is 4 GB of size now. Okay, now there are 3 LVs here, so we will go as per this diagram. So first logical volume I am going to create as video. lvcreate -capital L. You can give 1 GB of space to this file system, and then -small n. I am giving a new name, that is -n is for new name I am going to give for the logical volume, that is video, video, and the VG name data. So you are going to create a LV of 1 GB size with the name called video as a LV name, where it is going to take that 1 GB. It is going to take that 1 GB from the data VG, where data VG has 4 GB. This 4 GB of size is coming from this physical volume /dev/sdb disk. Okay, hit enter. Logical volume is video is created, so give LVS, it will show us video. So video is now 1 GB of size. I want to mount this video. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am going to create a folder called video /mkdir video, mount /dev data, that is a VG name, and LV name is video, and the mount point is /video. But before mounting this, we need to format the file system. Okay, so what we will do is we will format the file system. So we are giving mkfs.ext4/dev data and then video. Formatting is done. We are going to mount this file system. Mount /dev data video /video. So I am going to mount this LV which I have created to this folder video. Video folder is freshly created, it doesn't have anything here. So I am mounting this. When I give df-h to check the file system, I see that data video is being mounted to video. Okay, now this I wanted to mount it permanently. For example, if I am rebooting the system, if I now reboot the system, this file system which I have mounted will go off, which means that data video which I have created, right, this will not mount after the reboot. So I want this file system to be mounted each and every time when I reboot the machine. Okay, so you have to put an entry in the fstab, that is the file system tab. So you copy this entry, hit enter, go to the last line. This is the LV which I have created, where it is mounted. It is mounted under /video, and it's a ext4 file system, defaults 0. So this entry is very much important if you are permanently mounting. Okay, if I now reboot the system also, this file system gets mounted. So like this you have to create a logical volume for web and logical volume for dock. So each 1 GB of size. It is very simple how I will tell you. Now you give the command called vgs. Now data vg has 3 GB of size. I'm going to create a lv -l. You don't have to start from the beginning, because we have space in the volume group. We can use this space to create a new lv and add that space to the new lv, or even we can extend the existing logical volume. So now what I will do is I will create 1 GB of new lv called, what is the lv name? It is web here. So we will create web. It is where we are taking it from this vg data. Okay, hit enter, and there is one more lv. We will create that as well. Doc. Same command, instead of web we are going to give doc. Hit enter. Doc is also created. So mkfs.ext4. Before mounting you have to format the file system. So /dev data, and the lv name is web, and one more /dev data, and the other lv name is doc. Okay, I think we can, so we'll give it separately. It is done, and the other one is doc is also done. So formatting is done. Let us mount /dev. Before mounting we need to create the folders. So cd /mkdir web and doc. Okay, mount /dev data web to /web. Same command, doc /doc. Now if you see, video is mounted, web is mounted, doc is mounted. Each file system is having 976 MB of free size, and used is 1.3 MB. Okay, so now I wanted to add it permanently, right? Even if there is a reboot happened, this file system has to be mounted. So vi /etc. So put an entry here, same like okay, let us type /dev /mapper /data -web, and the mode point is /web. It is a ext4 file system. defaults 0 /dev /mapper data -doc /doc ext4. Okay. Okay, now the file systems are mounted. Let us reboot and check if these file systems are mounting even after the reboot. Okay, so I have given the command reboot, so it has lost the connectivity. Let us check the console. Okay, it is now stopping all the services and rebooting now. Let us wait for a minute. See, you can see, right, enabling etc fstab, 3 logical volumes and volume group data monitored, logical volumes and volumes being monitored. So it is taking all the file systems, it is taking all the LVMs. Okay, okay, so it is booted up now. Let us go restart the session. Okay, see, all the file systems are mounted even after reboot. So this is LVM. Okay, so this is a CentOS6 version. So we are creating the file system in ext4 format. In the next video I am going to show you about CentOS 7. the default file system format is XFS. So I'm going to show you how to create a file system in the XFS format. Okay. So I hope you like the today's video. So please share and subscribe. Thank you.